Here I am in the old Scappoose car wash. You don't get the foamy shot because I'm cheap and I don't like to, you know, make content while I'm paying for somebody else's time. So all you get is the drying shots. But why are we washing the car today? Well, you know, you should just wash your car in general. I'm just drying it right now. But we're washing it because this weekend is something special. Something that everybody has forgotten about in the world of automotive everything. And that's the Grand Tour. You know, if you watch the BBC, Amazon spin-off Clarkson Grand Tour, that's what they do. They take cars and do things. Why do you do things in cars? Because that's what cars are for. Everyone gets so hung up on the fact that their car gets them from their house to their work, back to their house, where they get to go to sleep and get up the next day and go back to work. They forget that cars didn't start out that way. People worked at home. They had cars so they could escape from their day-to-day doldrums. And that's what we're doing. We're doing a Grand Tour. We do this about once a year. The theme changes from year to year. Last year was off-road. The year before that was on-road. This year's back to on-road. So I think the theme is every other year we're on-road, every other year we're off-road. I'm getting the car washed. This is the 2015 STI. It's a Greenspeed special, so this is a fully emissions compliant 650 horsepower to the wheels. You know, that's about 700 crank. STI. This thing moves out. You know, if we took it to the drag strip, we'd probably run on the current trim that it's in, you know, somewhere in the mid-10s. Sorry about the buzzing noises. I'm actually at a car wash. So, you know, people are trying to wash their cars. But yeah, getting it all sorted out. And I'm gonna post some more videos. This is just a kind of a teaser to the Grand Tour. Last year's Grand Tour was pretty spectacular, driving through the forests of Oregon. And this year we're gonna be driving through what's called the Gold Rush Tour, which is Eastern Oregon, kind of ghost town stuff, and just great roads. You know, I think people forget about what their cars can do because the roads have gotten so good. You know, a straight freeway where you can just get on the road and cruise for hundreds of miles. I mean, in Oregon, you can cruise for 700-800 miles and still be in Oregon. You know, it's not something you can do in a lot of places, but that's just on the interstate, and that's no fun. So we're taking this off the interstate back onto the old roads in Oregon, the twisty roads, the roads that, you know, our fathers and their fathers drove on. And we're gonna go visit some old places and do some fun stuff with a whole bunch of people that all work at the same place. So it's gonna be fun. I'm hoping that you'll enjoy the content from this. I'm sorry I didn't get my car ready, the Impreza. That was the goal, and I just had too many other things going on. Doing global time attack stuff. Just getting customers' cars. Customers' cars always take priority over my own car. This isn't actually even my car. This is a shop car, but it's a test car, so it has a purpose, and its purpose is to show that you can have a car that fits the current emissions and EPA mandates and still makes a lot of horsepower and can have a whole lot of fun. So give me about 1 second and I'll pop the hood and we'll take a look at what's under the hood of this thing. Pop the hood! Don't mind if I do. Alright. Good old Process West here. We'll give it a wipe down while we're in here. It's a little dirty. The inside's not been cleaned since it was built, but as you can see, we've got air pumps. We've still got TGVs down there. We have COBB Next Gen Flex Fuel. We have a Garrett GT3582R. Not the biggest turbo in the world, and she's pretty much tapped out. I wish it was a newer, more modern turbo, but it is what it is. This is for the dyno. I still have it hooked up to the car because it goes to the fuel rail, which, as you can see, not a lot of room to get in there. So I was just doing some extra data logging on the dyno. But yeah, IAG Race AOS, but it's a Race AOS and it's recirculated to the intake. So, you know, there you go. Same thing, Willefeld, recirculated. Everything's recirculated. One in, one out. That's the whole EPA thing. So, yeah, pretty cool build. And like I said, it makes over 650 wheel horsepower in ethanol. Sorry, it got loud. See, air pump still. We have extra sensors, a lot of extra data on the car, and yeah, it's pretty choice. My tags are expired, don't tell the cops. I don't really care that much. If I get pulled over, you know, it's a shop car, they usually don't care that much. Anyway, there it is. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the Grand Tour. I'm gonna bring you with me and we're gonna have a great time. It is gonna be a hot weekend. It's supposed to be over 100 in a lot of the places we're going, so I swing into O'Reilly's, which I shouldn't have. I should have just grabbed this from the shop, but needed to get some water wetter. It's a product from Redline. This stuff, you know, it's arguable whether it actually does anything, but basically, if you can increase the way that your water cools, even by a little bit. This car does have air conditioning, and when it's really hot out, the AC does drive the coolant temp up enough to where I think if it just had a tiny bit of help, we might be able to, you know, basically, if it had just a tiny bit of help, we might be able to get it to not try to overheat in traffic. You know, the most I've seen is 230, but I don't like 230 on a Subaru. And typically once I see that, I turn off the AC. It'd be nice with how hot it is to be able to have the AC on this Grand Tour, so we're gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna pour it in the morning once the car is cool. Don't want to open your radiator. This goes straight into your radiator. It doesn't go into the overflow. So you definitely don't want to put this in when the car's hot, and you don't pour it in your overflow. So in the morning, I'll crack the radiator, pour this in, and gonna get this video done for you guys. I'm staying in town so I can have internet.